Okay, let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to today's Disco Elysium stream. We're back and we're on the attack. We're about to smack this killer because they're whack. I don't know, I'm not a rapper. Loud game. Game's pretty loud, to be honest. I don't know why my beanie looks like this. Today I'm wearing a beanie, because why not? Yeah, so last stream we got onto the top of this building. It's the Feld building in the... Are we in West Revachol? Is that like how we should be referring to it like this whole time? Or West Martinez? I don't know. It's by the coast of Martinez, and we're on top of this building. We did some amazing dice rolling and got up here. There's the exit, I suppose. What's this? This looks rather precarious. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Oh yeah, there was an execution down there, I remember now. Anything else around here? It's pretty scary. So yeah, we were told by our shivers that the killer is in this building. If we entered the building and that came in too, yes. No, drawings here, rather spooky looking drawings. So, I'm not a huge fan of the previous objective, which was return to the Feld mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. Other than that, keep searching the coast. So what this really meant was do some side quests so that your shivers will have a better chance of activating, and so that you get to explore this whole place and all that. Because once you do all the side quests, like I think we've done all the side quests here, once you do a lot of them, you go up to like a 97% chance of getting the shivers check. So I think it was just kind of meant to slow you down and get you to appreciate some of the side content. Good intention. I don't think that was the best wording. I think if they had reworded that and they just hadn't made it so obvious, would have been a fan. Would have thought, clever game design. Maybe. Who knows? They would have had to pick something a lot better than that. But I'm not bitter. Still a good game. Still enjoying it a lot. And we did a lot yesterday. Nice one. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Yes. Unfortunate. Oh, what's this? It's a postcard. Nice. That's a big get right there. Not a baguette, but a big get. Let's actually look at it quickly. So why not? Let's see. It is a postcard of Martinez from '98. A faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinez as was before the revolution. It's the height of summer. Rue de Saint-Germain is teeming, with parasol-wielding bourgeoisie, and wild pine flags buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. Cool. Postcard. We had to sell all of our postcards to buy the speaker system. When really all we had to do was wait a day, I guess. We had waited a day. No, wait, but we wouldn't have been able to progress. Okay, so I don't know. I guess we did just have to sell our postcards because we didn't have the money. You should take out your flashlight. Thank you. Oh wait, I didn't actually do anything with it, my bad. There we go. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. Is that why we wanted the flashlight? This is a new music track, I think. No, that sounds slightly different, because we've heard like this mysterious investigative or investigating track. But there's a lot of sound effects in the background, like harmonies that are new, I think. I didn't hear them last time. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Yeah, so like the main track sounds the same, but it sounds like there's a lot of stuff extra, which I think they've done. They've had like, this overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Ew. But like they've taken the... What was that? They've taken like the themes for the Whirling in Rags, the day theme for... Oh, it's Kim. For the... We should check it out first. For the main continent, I guess the main parts of Martinez, and they kind of changed it a little bit each time, or like time of day or each day. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. And this? Just getting a look around first. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. This isn't just glass, these are old computation components. These are computer components? Yes, filament memories, from the time when wires were cast in glass. Ah, slides with an inlaid nervous system. How'd they do that, and why? I mean, it's a real thing. That's what, fiber optics basically is. The how was a closely guarded secret, something that was locked in safes and human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. Thanks, fingers. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet for vitreous cast filament memories, though these seem incredibly advanced. Okay, finished thought. Maybe there was something that was supposed to activate there, like another... Ooh, interstellary suit jacket, +1 suggestion. I'll take it. Let's look at that. Why is it here? Okay, dressed for the occasion. Ooh, it has a little rose. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Oh, it's real. Let's put it on for just a second. I want to see how we look in it. Okay, we look kind of ridiculous in these clothes. I'd rather get my several fare down than my reaction speed right now, and let's put this one back on. Cool. I'm happy with that. Our perception's really high, so I might not need the boots, but we also have empathy up on this, and... Oh. Take those off. Oh yeah, I put them on so that I could climb the ladder. That's right. Are there any glasses that are just good? Like no minuses? No? That's a shame. I wonder if we're reaching the end of our clothes inventory. I wonder if we have almost every item of clothing in the game. Pretty cool. Would be pretty pog. Yeah, okay, I think we can just continue then. We do have a bullet, I want to add. Like, I could carry a gun if I wanted to. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna call in Kim now. It's getting a little bit scary. And because I mentioned that might need my gun, might be a good idea. 2 rusty metal plates that slide apart from a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while. Who's there? What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open. Push the doors open. It was a little jest. Come on, Kim. Knock knock. Who's there? It's how it goes. The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak. I hope no one dangerous heard that. How did you even get there? After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before. Excuse me. He was quite proud of himself. Could have saved me the effort. Mains entrance. So pedestrian. Yes, it's cool to risk your life climbing. I didn't get... Ah, there we go, it's open. Yes, it's cool to risk your life climbing rickety ladders. Anyway, let's investigate these passages. He's a little Frencher than he usually is. My bad. He's meant to be like French-Japanese. Whenever I do the accent, that's what I'm aiming for. But I guess this time, no. No. Thank you for suggesting the flashlight brain. What's this? No. What's this? In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Ah, nice. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Okay. That's a good sign, actually. These pots and plates are full of dust and spiderwebs. We don't want... Is that a picture of us? Yeah, we don't want the perp to be living here comfortably. Oh, Krasmazov. Okay. We do kind of look like him. Portrait. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait. Brush the dust off the portrait. Years worth of dust is shaken off the full head of hair, matched by an ample mustache and sideburns. Look a bit silly. Ha, why you call me out like that? At least we shaved. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. And this... the same slit window you saw from the outside. Ah, yes, I remember. Kind of. Okay. Oh, what's this? Revolutionary's hat. We'll take it. That's for the Mazovian economics. An Ushanka with the Mazovian logo. I don't know if I said that right. Pair of deer antlers on its silvery white front. Your ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. Friendly neighborhood communard. Nice. We're not doing the communist route. Okay, explore the passage. Cool. That's what we're doing. I don't think I missed anything else. Cool. I did name the stream. Ooh, footprints. Footprints in the sand. One of those souls appears more worn than the others. Odd soul. Oh. There we go. There's something in the air. An unnatural buzzing. What I was going to say was, I named the stream, you know, Finding the Killer. Something like that. And while it seems like possible that we find the killer of this stream, it's not super likely, because I think there are still a few days to be had. The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. I mean, like, you know how it says day 5 there? I think it's Friday in game. I think it goes, from what I've heard, you typically play this game up to 7 days and that's where it ends. But you can stretch it out to like 10 days. That's what I hear. So we'll see, we'll see. It's getting louder, the buzzing. Oh no. What is this buzzing? Looking around for anything. Oh. Pain threshold, there it is again. Like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell. Lieutenant, do you feel something? No, what do you mean? A pain, a strange tingling. I don't feel it, but he looks ahead beyond the arch. You should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Hold on, you really don't feel anything? No, but you're the sensitive one. It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous. He trusts your gut feeling on this. I saw them too. Footprints with the... Ooh, that was challenging apparently. He saw them too. Footprints with the right sole, worn smooth. Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. What do you mean? He lowers his voice. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do. We'll set in motion events we have no control over. We will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will be destabilized. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail. We found out Everard's plan to take the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it? We've met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows yet. We should probably find out. Definitely. I think she knows something about the mercenaries, maybe. And she won't be around if the situation explodes. How bad do you think things could get? Well, we're not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground. He smiles in the dark. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done. We've found out Everard's plan to take the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it. I'll leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but just can't be sure. Maybe we'll yield something useful? What do you think is waiting for us there? I think I see a cavern. The lieutenant's whisper echoes down the tunnel. Maybe more cellars. I think we've been careful enough. Still have the element of surprise. I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking. Oh, maybe not. He puts his hand to his holster. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back. Enter the cavern below the Feld building. When you're ready. Note, Union and cryptozoology business might end when you do. I think I've already finished the cryptozoology stuff. I've already finished the Union stuff. Yeah. Oh, we actually have so few things left to do. I'm quite impressed with us. I'm quite happy. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go. I'm quite worried. Okay, so there's that place. Let's not do that yet. Oh yeah, was a comment on how we were running. It feels strange. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Ooh, what's this? Money. Perfect. More money. Perfect. Any more money? The sound effects sound a lot crisper. Should I turn the volume up? No, I didn't. Huh, interesting. No, I didn't want to talk to Kim. Nothing. Nothing else. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, I don't want to run anymore. Because they called me out on it. So let's just keep going. Oh, Ruby the Instigator. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. My word, this is painful. Perception hearing. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once, but her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance.
We found the killer.
Here we are.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. What's up, lads? What's up, Stinger? Can't say it's a huge crowd here at the moment, but thanks for stopping by at least. The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. Don't cover them. She said not to fight it. She said it would make it worse. Let's see. Oh, dang. Okay, we don't have much health left. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain, focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. Yell through the static, you're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand. Oh, damn. Okay, there you go. There's a charge. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not gonna fucking kill you.
Okay.
If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
You're using one of those devices used to send signals through the pale on me. Say nothing, try to cover your ears. Sure. Pale latitude compressor. All of that. His 1368441 his 3789130003 is
The pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Literally crunch the distance across it.
Crazy.
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys.
Why are we getting an exposition dump?
Manning those stations. All alone out there in pale. People lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Yeah.
At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
Crazy. Why an exposition dump at this very, I'd say, critical moment when we found someone who's potentially a killer and, you know, definitely an organizer of a cover-up. She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking and you just might get an opportunity to break loose. How did you get your hands on this thing? Will I stay like this forever? Have you experienced the compressor yourself? Sure. I mean, let's just be chill. Will I stay like this forever?
Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
342455797 Terra Callis. Palin Limit Neopal Zomneti Neopal Tudrikas 44645448229. I know. Impressive. I don't know what's going on. How did you get your hands on this thing? Oh, okay. She nods towards her torture device.
Illegal. I'm guessing it's patented.
Really? Copyright police. Is that an achievement? Can we get the copyright police?
Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
I stuck my head in there before using it on you.
Wow.
It was like the ethical thing to do.
That's
I
weird.
can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what
It's
you're
like, oh yeah, I wasn't gonna shoot someone having not shot myself. So, I just shot my hand to test it out, just to see, like, just to get just to get an inkling of what it was like to get shot. Because otherwise, it wouldn't be very ethical for me to shoot someone. It's like, I wouldn't do to you what I wouldn't do to myself, It's simple. This is great and all, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Now, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Come on. So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey. Interesting. Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
Something really important to say. You can do it through the white noise.
236189281 if you're looking for a deal on mattresses. Speed for 23567 32971047302819. Oh Rosaline, oh Rosaline.
Damn this.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy. God damn it. I don't know what that was.
Fine. If you really want to talk...
That was a weird line delivery.
I've also got a gun, by the way.
Okay, you could have led with that. You could have said, oh yeah, I have a gun, by the way. She steps reluctantly out of the shadows, then the pain lessens. The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking and you'll get through this. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe... Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time. I can't do the red check because I know it will fail, because of a thought I have. At the moment, I'm incubating this thought. All red checks fail. I'm not doing that one. There we go. Yeah. How did you know we were coming? I heard you in the passages. I've been preparing for quite a while. While hiding bullets under floorboards? So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's being betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel the washerwoman. So nice. She smiles a little smile. That's one knife I didn't want to find on my back. Preparing for the worst. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun, then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today. Did you shoot Lely? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, she hesitates. You wouldn't have broken first. You're right, Claudia was the first to share her suspicions. It was your girlfriend, she cracked. Sure. Oh, she smiles slightly. I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But you couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Your first guess was entirely off. Your own boys told us you were on the coast. Titus told me. It took some convincing. Aw, damn. Took some convincing my ass, and those guys liked me. I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. How the F do the rest of you get by? Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I opened them up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know how I did it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this stuff to me? This is a great response. I'm not clicking it. I did, didn't I? And now you've come for me. She scoffs. But screw them all the same. I did make her forgive them a little. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Like what? She adjusts her grip on her gun. This is really loud. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep trying to talk so that the program like decreases the noise a bit. There we go. I also turned it down manually. She adjusts her grip on her gun. I already told you I didn't do it. A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself. Would you say that Lily was a likable person? Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot? You have a gun. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Did you leave any flowers for Claudia on the roof? This is a good one. No, gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. These weren't just flowers. They symbols of revolution pushed through the pain. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around. Come on. Claudia was mourning. I never did understand why. When someone dies, a hot house's worth of flowers has to die too. Okay. Okay, so you didn't leave Maybelle's. No, I did not. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out on there. She's got this great antenna. Is that the only reason you hung out on the rooftop? The view's pretty bomb too, but you might say the antenna was the main attraction there. Yeah, this is way too casual for what is possibly murdering my ears. Along with Claudia. What's so great about her antenna? It's very powerful. I use this to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I need to be prepared for your arrival. 851023933, come in. So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof? Yes, I'm sure, she pauses. In fact, the shot couldn't have possibly come from the roof, otherwise we would have heard it downstairs. No one mentioned hearing any shots, and a rifle like the one used would have been loud. She's right, I don't think the shot came from the roof. I forgot that he was in pain for a second there. Would you say that Lily was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. Did you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wildpine sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a hell ton of other people around here. I don't know. She didn't hate him, okay? I have other questions. Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot? Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take a really long leak, 50 minutes. I can't remember which one of these it was. Sure, 15 minutes. Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. She scoffs. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. Anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time. Hold on. No one takes the 15 minutes. Our investigation wins from the pain, as showing that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Wow, now I'm curious. Please explain. Play pinball much? No, not since I was 14, hanging out at the only diner in Dardan. Haven't been into low risk, no reward games since moving to the city. That is exactly a description of pinball. I'm actually quite impressed by that. Low risk, no reward. There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling. Never mind the pinball then. There's a secret way from the whirling bar to the roof. Don't know it. But also, she frowned, studying your face. The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have heard. Yes, yeah. She has a point there. No one mentioned. The pain stops him from finishing the sentence. That didn't go super well. You gotta lay something better on her. You have a gun. And? Where did you get it? The gun store. It's a real response, but I chuckle at it. What gun store? Trigger Happy Jacks? Really, Trigger... What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of a gal. I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere? Sure don't. A breech loader? No. This is such a wipeout. Can't quite tell what kind of gun is it. Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles? No, they're not practical. They break too often. There's other evidence I want to ask you about. Yeah, evidence. Okay, let's take a step back. Yeah? Where? More questions before anything. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. So she just listens to radios, I guess. Those rings are, I mean, she said she did it for the cops, but I thought it might have been just for the cops because, I mean, there had just been a murder covering it up. You know, I thought that might be the only reason why she was listening to them, but I guess she just does it all the time. Well, actually, maybe she was just doing it now since she was in hiding and she wanted to know if anything, I don't know. Those rings are on her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late listening in on the conversation crossing Martinez. Police radio. You've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there in Klaus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead. She still wants to retain some control of the situation. It's okay, we just want to... He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was chewing the fat with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klaus comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. Wait, did she also seem high to you? Plus, they said you knew something was wrong immediately. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much below. It wouldn't be a first for her, but no such luck. She was in some deep trouble. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. You made it look like he'd been hanged. How did you manage to come up with the plan so quickly? It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan right on the spot. What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Her idea? What? Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so he could wind the shower head around his neck. Fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. Plus, I knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. She lied to you about that too. Showerhead, resourceful. That's bad that she'd be so calm. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire or be disturbed. Do you think she killed Lily herself? As I keep telling you, cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing. But even if this is true, the lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence. Weren't you worried this lynching might lead to war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way, although the way things are going. She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. She shrugs. Screw it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. If you didn't kill him, why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looks at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his, peon. Peon? I know this word. Peon. Peon. I don't remember. Peon. His human can opener. Ah, damaged health. Through the sun's sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Yeah. You hear some curses. It's especially bad, suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals, why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you? If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too. Tell me what's my name. If you know that about me, you must know my real name. Harry Dubois, she replies quickly. One corrupt mofo with the disco pants and the funny tie. Agent de la Puta Madre. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you. La Puta Madre, I've heard of them. He's dangerous, right? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. No, that was a real question. I'm sorry I'm supposed to know about all this, but I lost my memory recently. Yeah, sure. She doesn't believe you. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre anyway? You know what I did? I screwed him over, she pauses. Now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Dang, Titus. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something. When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them, anyway? I don't know what happened to them. Sure you do. I bet they're just outside, waiting. She looks into the tunnel behind you. I guess I'll take my chances. Who was in the squad? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. She nods toward the lieutenant. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. What else can you tell me? One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. She narrows her eyes. That sound about right? No idea who these people are, literally. Thanks, Logic. Satellite Officer Vikmar, Vikmar looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minot. We can either take a room here in the Welling or go home for today. I think I know who he is. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today. She responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstamm. He can give us a ride. I think I know them. They're in Martinez. Friction lock says, don't let me there. Don't let me here. Don't leave me here. Please, Celise. Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me. Do you know about the bunker next door? The what bunker? The communist hideout back there. Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to... Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. Feels like an aneurysm approaching. Ah, we died. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. So I'm guessing this is bad. Very, very bad. This is the end bad. Try to remain conscious. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark you don't even see your face, like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Did we die? Cop suffers final heart attack. Oh no. Detective Lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met, Captain Ptolemy Price. Welcome to the end, guys. We finished Disco Elysium. The deceased superior officer commented. That ain't easy on the ticket. He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case. Okay, let's load game. I guess we just died. We spoke for too long. It's fine. Oh god, I wish we had saved before this. Okay, I'm gonna be quick. Okay, get the orb. Continue. Okay, run. Let's do it a little bit better this time. Yep, that's what we're doing. I can't believe I died in a point and click. That's so me. It's an RPG, to be more specific. Or more accurate. We picked up the postcard. Just keep going. But we did find some stuff out. Harry didn't because he died. But we did. That was cool. Yeah, flashlight, right. Check it. I don't have to read all of these. I read it early in the stream. Speedrun, boys. Speedrun. Yep. Okay, this isn't a speedrun. Anything in there? No, no, no. Yes, these are computer components. How did they do that and why? The how is a closely guarded secret. Saying that they're locked in the saves human heads across the river. Yeah. Finished thought. Nice. Thank you very much. Anything else here? Actually, I wonder if I missed anything. First time around. Okay. Who's there? Push the doors open. Okay. Speed run. How do you even get in here? Okay, so pedestrian. I like that response. I'm sticking with it. I spent 40 minutes just to die. Crazy how that works. Okay, let's go. Okay, maybe if we walk slowly it'll be like quieter, I guess. I just want to get all of these because they give me experience, so I have to get them again. Yeah, come on. I have to also be a little bit more selective with my nose feds. Yeah, anyway, we got the Revolutionary's hat. So no speedrun, lol. Yeah, I guess not. We're speedrunning the no running category. Yeah, speedrunning the no running category. Boot prints in the sand. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. Yeah, because it really kind of screwed me over, this thought right here, that all red checks fail, and I was like saying when I put it on, like, oh yeah, red checks hardly ever come up. This one could have actually saved my life. Like, it had a decent chance at saving my life. Yeah, it's getting louder, the buzzing. I wonder if there's something I can put on that'll increase my pain threshold. Oh, it doesn't matter. Maybe it will. There might be something. Because there was a check that happened. Okay, this increases pain threshold. This doesn't. I don't know, maybe I'll just wear it for a second here. Could help. Who knows? Okay. We look really stupid. It's fine. Pain threshold, Lieutenant, do you feel something? Pain, a strange tingling. Oh, I really don't feel it. No. It's not equipped with the situation. Yeah, okay, footprints. Looks like our suspect. If she's here, okay, what do you mean? You upset the balance. Keep calm. Stuff that we've said. I'm just gonna make sure that the game knows that we said it. Cool. Now I'm gonna save. I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking, or maybe not. Okay. I guess the doors didn't help. Okay, save. Death was never really a threat in this game, so I wasn't making an effort to save, but I guess I should have been. It's right up there. Let's get the money and the green orb. Thank you. Concrete pipe. Well done. That gave us experience. As it should. Whenever you point out a concrete pipe in real life, you actually gain an XP point. Did you know that? Yeah, and all your friends will be very impressed as well. And if there's someone of the opposite sex who happens to be heterosexual or bisexual or pansexual, consider them basically swooned. You successfully pointed out a concrete pipe. I really had to cover every base there, didn't I? Let's just save over this one. Cool. Not this again. Yes, continue,
I know
continue,
you feel and can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make...
Cover your ears.
What?
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Okay, well, we actually did better in the pain threshold check. Way worse than all the previous ones. Okay, so covering our ears didn't make a difference. Just want to point out, didn't make a mistake there last time. Don't focus on the pain. Yeah, you're under arrest. Why not?
Check this out.
Cool. I'm about to die. Next time for me to start finding pipes in public, I guess. Yeah, exactly. The real challenge is finding one. Once you found one, I mean, it's basically, oh, you need to have people around you. It's basically endgame, but after that. What's happening to me? Are you gonna kill me too? No, I'm not going.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field. Wow, check out the big brains on you.
Yeah, okay, she sounds pretty. You're not entirely wrong.
Entirely wrong.
Bzz,
The
bzz,
pale
bzz, bzz,
latitude
bzz.
compressors used to sort of make the pale more manageable.
Yeah, okay, we did hear this. Yep.
What we are
Yeah,
experiencing
that's exactly it, Kim. You're right on the money. Yeah, very cool. Let's talk about the man who was killed. Yeah, cool.
You were hunting me. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before you. No. Once I shut down the compressor, I built it myself.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
patent
if
police.
you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Okay.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down.
Keep her talking and you'll get through
By
this.
the way.
No, that didn't work last time, suggestion. Keep her talking and you'll get through this. What BS? I went through every dialogue option. Oh. This is a nice higher one, but guess what? I'm gonna fail it. Unless, can I just stop? That's an idea. Will it resume? It might. Huh. That's pretty sick. I'm just gonna turn it off for now then. I know we're coming. Hunting bullets. Yeah, preparing for the worst. Yeah. Did you shoot Lely? What's the first? Do some convincing. Yeah, it wasn't you. Call me the human can opener. I did asking questions. Cool. Do you have an alibi? There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't have been enough. Investigation said that was enough. Oh, now I'm curious. Please explain. There's a secret passageway from the first floor of the running to the roof. Don't know it, but also she found a sign in your face. The charge couldn't have come from the roof. Yeah, she has a point. Yeah, okay. Roofs. What's so great about the antenna? RCM frequencies. Is there any reason to hang out? So sure you didn't shoot. Did you leave any flowers? Okay, so you didn't leave. And we got 5 experience for that. Nice. Would you say that Lely was a likable character? You don't feel sympathy for mercs? You feel protective of the Union? Cool. You have a gun. Where did you get it from? Gun store. That doesn't sound like the name. What did you think? I'm going to squeal? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. I see it's a front loader. Sure. Don't. A breech loader? No. Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles? Okay, let's take a step back. Yeah, why? You killed the merc if it wasn't you. What should I know? Yeah. What happened Sunday night? She eyes you weirdly as though gauging your sincerity. Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately. Sure, let's stick with the same dialogue options. So, did you manage to come up with the plan so quickly? It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan on the spot. You what? No, it was Claudia. Her idea? Yeah. Yeah, so, do you think she killed Ellie? Keep going. This really is... If you didn't kill, why did you hide? Is this higher now? I don't know. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? Everyone says his name. Okay, yeah, we can't take much more. Through the sun, you hear the mumble something? Okay. Yeah, okay. It's just, hopefully I don't die too soon. Lost my memory, yeah, sure. Doesn't believe you. Okay, other question. Okay, let's do the pain threshold check. Passed. Nice. She's really not doing anything. Check success. We have 1 health. Maybe this one will go better. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but you're under arrest. See them fireworks, Kim? You okay, Kim? The Lieutenant Hunter is recovering. Oh, good, officer. Be careful. She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles. Ah, screw it. She puts the barrel of the gun into her mouth. What are you doing? Problem solving, she mutters. Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are... Oh, yes it is. Hey. Well, let's try. It's a 50... Ooh! Okay, we got him. She's truly desperate. Hey, no death. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. She almost killed herself, but not yet. She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options. What options? You know, maybe I can still talk her out of it. Maybe I can still talk her out of it. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. Thanks for being self-aware, game. Thanks, game. Very self-aware. Please put your hands up. Just walk away. She stares at you, frozen. The gun still in her mouth. Eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens. You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go. Day of miracles, she says, pulling the gun out of her mouth, eyes still fixed on you. Then she turns her gaze on the tunnel behind you. I'll take it. She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel. Okay. Good call. The lieutenant is still unsteady on his feet. Are you sure? I did my best. Thanks, rub your temples. I did my best. I would have done the same. He has to catch his breath. Had I not been incapacitated. He couldn't take it like you. It irks him. Then he gets over it. I think she didn't do it. Maybe she wants to die in the woods. Maybe. There aren't any woods nearby, though, so that's going to be quite disappointing for her. He looks around, then points to the back of the cavern. Her tent. We should check it out. Okay, do you have any, like, bandages on you, Detective? Lieutenant?
Yes?
No, I guess not. Nothing. I'm screwed. Oh, I mean, I wasn't getting hurt anyway, but yeah. Also, let's resume the thought, if we can. Thanks. It was just causing some problems there. Cooking utensils. She has prepared herself porridge with bananas. Barrel. Thank God. I'll spare one. Don't know why. I do know why. Somewhere deep inside me, I knew that I would recover at night, and then I would have a spare charge the next morning. But I just didn't want to lose too much health anyway. And that. We got like 8 way out, didn't we? Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out. Okay. And the barrels? Nothing? Okay. I did not set up a club to die. The plain red 10 stands by dispassionately. I should save. I can't. It was pitched by practice hands. Thank you, savoir-faire. She's used to camping out. Look inside. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes. Shine your flashlight on the books. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. The lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. See anything? Sift through the magazines. Riga Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. A notebook, take it. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind. Thank you, Inland Empire. We should read this immediately. Like, right now. Okay, well, let's save. Come on, Kim, don't be in such a rush. I know we almost died. But, like, well, I mean, not almost. Like, I literally died. You didn't, for some reason. Even though I, in this scenario, survived it better than you did. According to Harry. I want to put on different clothes. There we go. And we already read this. What was the new objective? You found Ruby's journal. Read it. Yes, indeed. Let's read it. I'm glad I put the thought on before we started reading, because reading passes the time very quickly. What's new? Oh yeah, the postcard. There we go. Okay, let's get into it. A well-loved journal with oh wait, that's the other thing I wanted to do. There we go. Am I too late? Nah, nothing happened. I mean, nothing really happened. We didn't, like, die or anything. Nothing. That would be like amateur hour. There's no amateurs in this stream. Who dies in like an RPG? No, that didn't happen. It was the epic death of, well, actually, I suppose if you like interpret it in the correct way, which was an epic death of failure, like it was the death of failure, which means success. We only succeeded. Yeah, I mean, yeah, then there was an epic death. You did miss that. You did miss the epic death of failure. Why am I wearing these glasses? Oh yeah, I need to change. Whoa, savoir-faire activated with that? Oh wait, never mind. I was optimized for savoir-faire. Never mind. You're lying to me. Just don't watch the VOD. Just don't watch it. Just don't watch the VOD. Please. Okay, we died. It's not that big of a deal. Why didn't I save? Do we still need the flashlight? I don't know. Let's. Oh wait, I was reading something. That's right. I got a little bit distracted there. Interact with book. Brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. Wow. The disappointment is immeasurable. A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Examine the cover. It's made of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand. Schneller or Schneller. I don't know. I'm gonna guess Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. Why? She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously. Thank you, art critic Thought Bubble. Unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. Study the handwriting. Why not? We're experts, right? The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out. Excuse me, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. Oh, that's too real. Flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated. It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this. What kinds of logistics? Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. It looks like contact information, quantities, directions. There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor. Sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Oh yeah, a very familiar one. And yeah, it's the thing that killed us. We died by listening to bass, I guess. Anything personal? Short, wry observations of people and places is probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appear to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. With many. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write the day Lily died? Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though? Well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault, except that's another matter entirely. Interesting. Intrigue. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense? Anything about La Puta Madre, who we allegedly work for? That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. Read the entry for March 9th first. I mean, that makes sense. So it reads, great, M's peon is coming, or peon, I think it's peon. Peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also, I feel it in my gut, to finally put a bullet in my head, while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break, while I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, this isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then, on M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. Am I sure this is a mistake? Look at me. Whatever you may look like, you don't feel like a hired assassin. We are like 60. I don't know. We still have to... We have this thought here, where is it? Date of birth generator? Maybe we could figure out how old we are. Would you hire someone who's like 60? I wouldn't. Read the entry from March 12th. They'll just retire on you. It'll be like, hey, so pay me, and I want my retrenchment package because I'm retiring. Like, next year. So, you know, or whatever. I don't know. Just making up things for the stream. Whatever you may look like, you don't feel like a hired assassin. So read March 12th. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example, but experience tells me, the boys! Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. That must have been one hell of a conversation. What's the most recent entry? You conclude with journal. The most recent entry is from today. It reads 70 experience. It reads task complete, look for Ruby on the coast. Gained plus 70 experience. Level up. Even when I leave here, oh wow, that was quite abrupt. I mean, she just spoke about experience, and then it goes into, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run? Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. Winning what? The lieutenant taps on the page. It looks like she might have been framed. That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. He frowns. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us. Especially if she has problems with the Madre. Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent? New task, are you a La Puta Madre agent? Basically. I misread it slightly, but whatever. He looks you straight in the eye for a moment and then says, no, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it. Then who do you think killed the merc? Could have been Titus. Then again, he pauses to think. But no one heard the shot. T-Man wouldn't screw me over. Come on, it's T-Man. But no one heard the shot. Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling in Rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it. Return to the Whirling in Rags. Oh boy, Ruby said you were a notoriously corrupt cop. La Puta Madre's peon. No, peon. Did look this word up, like, last year. That's why she was scared of you. When you get the chance, call your station to find out more, if you dare. Oh yeah, fun news. I'm registered for the year. Yay! Officially doing the second year of uni. I made it, Mom. And that's topical just because registering for English for second year was a pain. But I managed. CS in English. Let's go, baby. Esprit de corps. What are we putting a point into? Tough. I think we'll hold on to it for now. Yeah, I mean, no need to rush. Let's see what checks there are still hanging around the map. It doesn't seem like any of that is observable. So let's just return. And this machine, can we kick it in the face over and over and over again? Nope, guess not. Nice. That's all I want. Still got to that, yep. No, still got to do that. I assume is what that was meant to read as. But I don't know. Let's leave. What music awaits us? What are we doing now? I don't know. Currently... What are we currently doing? Running laps? Sure. Why not? Sure. There we go. Text-based jokes. I do not need the flashlight anymore. Also, there's like 5 people in here. What's up? Thank you for showing up. Really appreciate it. We have quite a bit of time left in the stream. But even if you hang out for like a minute, that's very nice of you. This is really zoomed in. Let's... Where do I like it? Like, around there. So let's do exactly what it said and return to the whirling in rags. What time of day is it? 2:33. 2:23 rather, in the game. And there's still 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wow, like an hour past reading that book. Imagine reading that little bit of book and it takes you an hour. Couldn't be me. Yes, it could. Okay, so we still have this place to sleep in. That's good. So we don't actually need to pay the 20 real every day. Should we talk to Joyce? Is that an option? Just want to see. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty well. Why do I keep hitting? It's like the 3rd time I've hit the pop filter this stream. I'm usually much more conscientious about that. Or careful.
Good. What can I help you with?
Doesn't seem like any new dialogue options open up, so I'm just going to say thank you and leave. She can stand right there. Should we talk to you, perhaps, about Ruby, whom we just found? I guess not. Anyway, she's letting us stay there for free, so that's sick. Haha! Big up real estate. I shouldn't be allowed to go live. I should just pre-record everything, and if something goes bad, I'd like re-roll the footage, do an overdub. I don't know. I can just edit it out. How many stupid things have I said on stream? Like really just not intelligent? Probably quite a few. I've been doing this for quite a few months. Yes, Inland Empire, please stop me before I say something dumb again. Stop, now, it is time. For what? Crisis, death, you can feel it in your blue soul. What am I supposed to do? Be prepared, make sure you have your pepper box in your hand. Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pocket. I'm not sure I feel ready for what lies ahead. The lieutenant frowns. Then you'd better get ready. He says, then quickly adds, whatever happens, I've got your back. Oh, okay, I thought that would unlock like some sort of doomsday thought in our thought cabinet, but nah, that's just the game. Oh no.
Shit to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Oh, there's a feverish gleam in his eyes. Who are these people? They seem like mercenaries. This is a standoff. Oh no. And who the hell is that?
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, alright?
Oh no, Titus remained calm.
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
What? Wasn't he the guy who was protesting? This is the scab leader. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. Kim, what's going on here? Shh. The lieutenant raises his left hand.
It's a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
This is true.
It is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander.
Her tone is frighteningly emotionless. She is scary. The pole, even her portrait.
You all drunk. Come to your senses.
She sounds very sure of herself.
Down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella?
I don't actually want Titus to die. Like, he was a bit of a dick earlier, but like, he's kind of cool, actually, when you get down to it. I don't want him to die, and it really sounds like he's about to die. Am I reading it into it a bit too much? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it. Rude Uncloin. It sounds like the armored figure is weeping.
Lift in your abdominal cavity like a little wired mouse.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. That mouse man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them. Thanks, perception.
Fuck. There are 3 of them. I was hoping there would be less.
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. Thank you, hand-eye coordination. I don't know why you're here. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there. I whisper, the big one is the damn scab leader.
Turns into a firefight. We should take him out first.
This is getting really spicy. A sound surgery, he's the leader. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed.
He puts his hand on his holster, but we have to intervene. Okay, stop, this is the police. Wearing gardening gloves.
Comedian, you cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd, losing his balance for a moment. He staggers backward. I think he calmed down a bit. Is the only word you can make out. It doesn't sound calm. I can see you're drunk.
Oh yeah, welcome to the fucking party.
He looks around.
You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
That's what I'd want. With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The killer? Interesting choice of words there. Interesting word choice. Why would they call him the killer? That's a pretty weird way to phrase it. That looks like a really strong gun. Looks like something like a breech loader, perhaps. I don't know what a breech loader looks like. I don't even know like any military terms. But I mean, that's kind of suspicious. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there. Between these men, all carrying real weapons. We have a real weapon. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. He'll only get under yours. I'm barely keeping you together here. This is it. I'm glad I put points into composure. More red checks. How awesome is that? Red checks all the way, guys. Red checks. The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this. That doesn't matter. Think of a strong argument. 58%. Talk about hanged man. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel the thought for a bit. Just stop. I kind of want these options open to me if I need them to be. Listen, they didn't do it. Peace, always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that, please. Listen, they didn't do it. Yeah, who did it then? Well, time to figure this out. Point to Titus. I think it was Titus. Point to the roof. I think it was Clausier. Point to the ghost. It was Ruby. Point to yourself. It was me. I think it was this dude. I think it was this dude right here. It was someone else, someone who's not here now. How convenient! He gives you a drunken stare, then puts his hand on the gun. A lot of people could have gone to that roof. Like, God, please, we're not name dropping. We are not name dropping. I'm sorry if I'm shouting. Actually, they are here. Point to the enemy. It was one of you. I've changed my mind. I can still change my mind, right? That's a great line. I'm going to say this one just to throw them off. One of us? He's saying we... There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shot one of your pals here right now, huh? He points his gun at Elizabeth. How about the Kipt? Go ahead, tell me we killed our own colonel one more time. Listen, please. She raises both hands. This cop and this drumhead court-martial won't decide who. I'm not reading what she's saying like I'm not internalizing it. I was reading the next option. This is high. Let's do it. I swear if I got like the 8% chance of failing that. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it out loud in a public place. Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. You're lying. DePaul heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. You heard wrong, the lieutenant shouts. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter. The hanging was only a cover-up. Liars! He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun. The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. The Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. I missed. I know what I heard, Cordy. The radio operator looks at him. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. Where's Classy? She can explain this. That sound. I said we're not name dropping. Talk about Hanged Man. Hey. Why did the game get so dangerous all of a sudden? Boy. Yeah, let's try this one. Okay. Formidable success. Dangerous, ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it. I knew you weren't a goddamn scab leader. Yeah. Yeah, I don't act so well. Letty had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Food aid stuff. He wipes his mouth. That stuff is done now. Trigger time. Who are you? Sergeant Major Roll Courtenaire. Reporting in to burn this mud hut to the ground. He points at the burning in rags. As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Courtenaire. Major Raoul, maybe it's Raoul, I don't know. Major Raoul Courtenaire. Friends with Lely. Roll and Lely. And then he bellows, for killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead. Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker. He had blue eyes, didn't he, your colonel? He smiles, pulling his face in a strange way. Baby blue, yeah, like someone screwed him up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy. But girls like that stuff, I guess. Or I don't know what girls like. I just know how to mow down cloths. Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker. This is not true. This is a straight up lie. I don't think anyone liked him. I haven't met a single person. Not even Classy liked him that much. Your colonel did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer. Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there. He waves at the men behind you. Yeah. Messing his pants and you're standing in the way protecting him. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. He stares at you, eyes pink from the alcohol, fingers tapping the pistol. You're gonna die for them right here today. This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please act. I'm not doing that one. Where's Classier? She can explain this. Who the F is that? Classier, the woman upstairs. Where is she? She left, the manager calls down from the balcony. Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together. What do you mean she left? She left! Her room's cleaned out right before these assholes showed up. We should have arrested her, the lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries. You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second, then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment. Hey, Bushman! The veins on the man's neck expand as he yells. You're a little... Oh, that's a word I'm not gonna say on stream. Isn't gonna help you out of this one. She's gone. Forget about it. Concentrate on this. Hey. Do we roll on rhetoric? 58%. That's basically a 50-50. You're all drunk. Look at yourselves. Yes, so what? Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah, he wipes the sweat from his brow. I'm clear as day. Government ordained super soldier. Enough already. What is this? The woman's voice is fierce. We didn't come here to chat. Interrupt me again and I'll execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Oh, was he talking to her? Okay. Get them arguing. Okay, it went up. I'm more willing to bet on the 72% chance. That was not as high as I wanted it to be, but it's fine. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Their employer would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Just a question. Who's in charge of your unit after the death of your colonel? I am a crenal major with over 15 years of... Oh my word, is this a copy pasta? I'm just going to move this slightly further away so that I don't clip as often. I am a Creanal Major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a retaliation strike. I have over 300 confirmed kills. I will not hesitate to eliminate them. So you are the highest ranking of the three of you. Nah, I just have the biggest gun. Your Abson's armored barrel-like chest. Technically, the other man has the biggest gun, but we're beyond that now. Hold on. What's the highest ranking Creanal? King Reaper, he says without irony. As the leader of this group, reconsider your actions. This does not need to end in bloodshed. You're right, but you see, he pauses and smiles. I wanted to end in bloodshed. Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something. I'm not gonna shoot him. Yeah, this is way too low. Like, there's no way I'm getting this. And I don't even have, it's not even, my gun's not loaded. My gun is not loaded. The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this. I don't feel like this is a good dialogue line. I really don't think it's a good line. Stand there quietly and hope nothing bad happens. What's the matter, loincloth? Got your mouth full of dick? He croaks. Think I'm gonna spare you? My brother is dead. This is bad. Tell him anything. Tell you have more information. Kill me and you'll never find out who killed your colonel. I've been withholding information. Oh, wow. This last line is pretty crazy. Did I just disconnect and reconnect? Oh, that's rough. I hope nothing bad happened. I think I missed, like, a second or something. Sorry about that. I didn't notice. Yeah, let's just go with the first one. Rude. The man looks to his right. Kill him. Oh boy. The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. Blink, think. Blinking sounds like I'll die. Kim, where's Kim? He's right there. He's right there. Reaction speed challenging. Not a chance I'm hitting that one. Oi, oi, oi. Blink, think. I don't know. I don't know, man. Water. Ay. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eye in the slit of the helmet like a camera lens focusing on you. Stop, drop, and roll should have been an option. Yeah, exactly. 0.6 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the thick barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. Absolute destruction. Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body? That gun will tear us to pieces. He's drunk. Drunk fighters overcorrect. Move right. He aims further right. Get him to overshoot. Kim, where is Kim? From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. I guess this is the only option. We've got to try. I knew we failed. Ooh, boy. Oh, I said -2, but I only lost 1. Interesting. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pulling you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. The lieutenant aims, face pale, without trembling. Without tremble, he quietly utters, God, please. He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. He has to. The rifleman will fire at you again. Then, 2 shots ring out at once and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt to see you got hit. Okay, well, he's dead. Oh no. Oh no. Kim, did he hit the rifleman? Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Red staggers his back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant. Who screamed? Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh God, watch out! You see 2 cold eyes looking at you, through all the smoke and the panic, and a pistol, raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger. Not a chance. Look him in the eye. I'm gonna do that. It didn't help. It didn't help. It didn't recover. Is this scripted? I just wasted that. Look him in the eye. A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and at the end. Here it comes. Death. Not a chance that's happening. Let it happen. Oh boy. 2 deaths in one stream? Did we die again? Dude. You simply blink, then something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is... Oh wow. Thanks, pain threshold. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede, into it. Listen through the darkness and the pain. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire shatter glass, and then a man in pain, a familiar sound. It's Titus, with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter, a gurgle. He's not gonna make it. Touch your lower body. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got. What parts of me are missing? Most of what's down there. Oh god. It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No, it's just a fear. Even if, who cares? No one wants to anyway. No one wants you anyway. Wow, thanks, Inland Empire. Try to open eyes. What do I see? Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice, filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out! No one wants to do anything with me. No one wants to party with me. Of course, I get gunned down and die. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, keep talking. The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. Stay awake, look at me. But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy and the sound's even more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away. Almost gone, when suddenly, you sense something behind him. A shadow, towering, someone stands there raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. The lieutenant trusts you. Kim truly trusts you. No, Kim. Thank you. No, you scream. Behind you! From your bloody lips. Your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure too is gone, and so is Kim, and the whole world fall into total darkness. This is death. Oh wait, this is going to be voiced.
One more door, baby. One more door.
Will I be a ghost now?
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there, screaming along with all of them, scaring each other, haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight
My bad.
is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door.
There we go. I wanted to get the sound back up.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep,
This is actually really depressing.
and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth.
Okay, that's good. That's promising.
Drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his womb sleep.
You can't go, not before the case is solved. There's a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Oh, good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Kupri Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Just keeps pushing. Just keeps pushing. Harry Dubois might not have a distinct personality because he's a player character, but he's a man. Alright. You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange... I keep knocking my desk. Familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double. Excuse me, then triple from the pain. Kim. We returned to the whirling in rags, and we got 70 experience, and we leveled up. Guys, we did it! We leveled up! Sunrise Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room, with a fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What did you say? Sunrise? Ouch. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. Dramine. Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad. What happened? What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The major gave the command. What happened then? As retaliation, their rifleman shot you. He hit with his carabine. I was looking for a clear line of sight when I found it. He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before he got hit. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. There's a pause. This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital yesterday. Ellen and the young musician, I forget his name. They're all that's left. Titus is dead? Yes. Odd. You were bleeding out by then, he thinks. You warned me. I was able to disarm Courtenay before you got the jump on me. Thank you. Although, I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. The lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. A stray bullet killed DePaul, though. That's what happened. I thought you only smoked one a day. This is the one. Titus is dead? Yes. He pulls on the cigarette intently. And the major? He's in a private hospital across the river. Crino claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured. We won't get to him anymore. The good news is, he's not coming here either. I did some damage. How many casualties on the Union side, total? 5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus, the fat one, he took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. And Titus. And that's... oh. It's an absolute disaster. I don't see how it could have gone any better. Wow. Wow. No, we're not playing that card. Titus was actually pretty cool after we disarmed him a bit, you know, with our personality. I'm gonna pull the mic a little closer. Sorry about that. An absolute disaster. Yes, officer, he says calmly. 6 people are dead. It's not a success. Okay, what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The mercenary tribunal is neutralized. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And, he smiles, we are still alive. Both of us. He did not expect you both to survive once he stepped between those two armies. He's smoking, he's hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purpose. Or purposes. What did you say? Sunrise? Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. My gun is engraved on it. Cops like it. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off for now. He unzips his bomber jacket. Barely. Good. Morale. We are swimming in morale. I don't need morale healed. I need my body healed. Yes. We have also completely failed. But that's okay. The room. It's clean. Mr. Gutt cleaned it. It took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days. In and out. You've been up enough to take a Dramamine and curse. And drink water. How bad am I hurt? Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. He points to your leg. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. Bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome. Mercury chrome. Okay. Can I walk? We will see. If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you're going to have to become a psycho-locomotor. I'm a psycho-locomotor. Good. You need to be, whatever that is. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No. Esprit de corps! A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving, the man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that hellhole, he says. Really? I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. Odd, you haven't seen any, have you? There's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you. If on my station, then who treated me? I did. Thank you. No need. Are you hurt? Not very. He rubs his chin. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the with the butt of his gun. I try not to move too much. Things would be much worse if you didn't warn me. There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me. Okay. Let's get up. We did it. We survived. And I didn't realize that was even a challenge that we had to overcome. But we did it. Easy now. The lieutenant turns double again before your eyes. An orange hue of pain. How are you? Yeah. The lieutenant looks at you, teetering on your feet. What happens now, Kim? I honestly don't know. Good, because I totally do. I do. We lived. Well, we live. Yeah, that's yeah, that's probably a good way of putting it. Good job, Stinger. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The hub is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside your grasp now. Joyce has left too. We never got to know what she would have told us. The Wild Pines representative? Yes, Joyce Messier. On the boat, you know. She could have helped us. It's clear the mercenaries were working for Wild Pines, at least partially. He looks out the window. It's a little late to enlist her support now. Ruby's gone, and Clausia too. We really should have arrested her, you know. Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Yeah, well, that's fair. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. The flowers, Kim, the flowers! What about the hole in the ouch wall? Someone's checking her out. Yeah, how hard can it be to find the gun? It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. We'd find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them. They seem so mysterious. Can't believe they're useless. I'm just gonna say nothing. There's a little pause. He says nothing as well. You know what I think about solving crimes? He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead. Solving crimes is hard. Solving crimes is almost impossible. Solving crimes is super easy. Actually, I want to talk about this crime some more before I tell you what I think about its hardness. Sure. What about the hole in the wall? I don't know. He rubs his neck. That's been there for years. I'm not gonna entertain that idea. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now. Solving crimes is hard. It really is very hard. You sound surprisingly weary. You're ready to give up, are you? No, there's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I'm ready. Good. There's a pause. Where do you want to limp? Ballistics in Classie's room. Do it properly. We should check Classie's room upstairs. I like this one too. Why not? He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot. Another look at the window, perhaps. The one he was shot through? I don't know. I can't think of anything better. Great. That's where we're gonna end the stream. I mean, technically, my internet ended the stream for me a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. I'll just edit it together. Thank you to everyone who showed up today. We actually had quite a few viewers. And I hope you all have a great day. That's where I'm going to end it. And unfortunately, we did not have a super smooth stream. But hey, it's just what happens. What happens, happens. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And, oh, okay, I'm wrapping up now. Just by the way. Not too much happened. There's like 3 minutes of footage. I just saw the viewer count spike up. That's why I'm just explaining myself. Yeah, so there's a little bit that happened. Not much, just a bit of dialogue. And we said that we're going to continue the investigation by doing ballistics on the room. Hopefully, I'll see you all on Thursday where we'll continue that. Because, yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow. But Thursday, I will be back. Everyone have a good day. And hopefully, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.